Coming in at number 30 on our Global Top 40 Retro Survey, hey, it's the Monkees coming in at number 30 with Tapioca Tundra. The song was written and performed by Michael Nesmith. This is about the time when the Beatles now gotten their stride and they're playing their own instruments, even though they didn't do that the first season. They did now the second season. And I think this is like the second season where the show is just winding down, having been canceled by the network at this particular point. This was from the album The Birds, the Bees, and the Monkees. It was her first album it came out after the cancellation of their TV show. So they did manage to get something out of it. And somewhat their first not to reach number one on the Billboard Hot 200. It did peak at number 3 in the album chart. While 19 presented several misfortunes for the band, their first motion picture, they also recorded, they did that movie Head, which was a box office failure, sorry to say. And Peter Tork had already left the group, so it was just the 3 of them. The Birds, the Bees, and Monkees proved to be another successful album, yielding that group $6 million. Of course, they did Valerie, which was another single that, of course, you probably heard on the Monkees TV show. Remember Jon Stewart? Okay, it was written by Jon Stewart. Tapioca Tundra, an experimental piece of poetry put to music by Nesmith, was the B-side of Valerie. Because that's why it got some airplay, because it was on the B-side of the A-side Valerie, which you're going to hear much later. Here is the song. After gaining complete artistic control over their music direction and being allowed to play instruments on their own, starting in early 1967, their success of the album Headquarters and Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones Limit began to somewhat rebuff the critics who viewed the Monkees as a band who were talentless individuals who were simply lucky enough to gain recognition through their manufactured origins. These guys are actually great musicians. Of course, we know that Michael Nesmith and Peter Tork were indeed musicians that auditioned for the band. Very talented musicians, I should say. Of course, Mickey Dolenz and Dickie Dolenz and Davy Jones, they were the singers of the group. They had acting experience. That's probably why they got on there. But these two guys could actually sing. They had some decent chops. And of course, they actually fronted a lot. Mickey Dolenz fronted a lot of the Monkees singles, and Davy Jones fronted the other bunch of the Monkees singles. And Michael Nesmith did a few singles, singing on a few singles. Of course, this would be one of them. And of course, Peter Tork, I don't think did any. I don't know. But anyway, here is the song Tapioca Tundra. Talk about experimentation, folks. You're about to see it. It debuts on our chart at number 30.